Hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video we're going to talk about this guy, the Stihl HS45 gas-powered hedge trimmer, coming up. So hey Lawn Care Nation, as I mentioned at the top of the video, I'm going to be talking about the Stihl HS45 gas-powered hedge trimmer and doing a long-term review on this particular unit. Now through the course of the past 13 years in my lawn care business, the Stihl HS45 has been my main hedge trimming unit that I've used throughout my lawn care business. In fact, my original unit that I had was stolen along with a bunch of other equipment that I had, and I replaced it with another exact same Stihl HS45 unit. And like I say, I've used this as my main trimmer in my lawn care business over the past 13 years, along with the articulating hedge trimmer attachment on my Stihl combi system to get all of my hedges done. Only recently, I've put this machine aside to start testing some of the newer battery operated machines on the market. So let's go over some of the specs. So the HS45 features a 27.2 cc motor, putting out 1 horsepower. It comes in at 10.4 pounds and features dual-sided reciprocating blades on an 18-inch cutter bar with a built-in cutting guard. So what do I like about this unit? Well, I like that it's been super reliable over the past 13 years with both of the units that I've owned. I like that it features a standard style 2-stroke engine and not the new, more complicated 4-mix style engines that Stihl produces. I like the 18-inch cutting bar with the dual-sided blades. That's very convenient. That extra length there on that cutting bar is fantastic as well for those wide hedges. You can really, get some good reach in there, and the dual-sided functionality just makes it very versatile versus hedge trimmers that are just, the blades on one side only. So on the other side of the unit, I also like that it has this disengagement style lever here that you can release the blades from the motor. So what that does is, on those cold mornings or whenever you're starting the machine and you've got the choke on and the throttle locked so that the motor is producing some higher RPMs, you can safely start the unit without worrying about those blades starting to cut. Much like you would on a chainsaw with that lever locking bar up front. So once the motor's warmed up and you've released the choke and you've released the throttle and it's just idling, then you can just grab the lever there, lock it back into place, and then it's ready to go, ready to start cutting. So I like that these HS45s have plenty of power. Over the past 13 years of using these machines, it's had no issues with any type of hedge or trimming job that I've thrown at it. From simple light duty trimming all the way to getting into the heavier, deeper woody type stuff towards the center of a plant or hedge, it has just powered through and never an issue. So is there anything I don't like about the Stihl HS45? Well, yes, in fact, there's 3 things I don't like. The first thing is that it's extremely noisy. Being a traditional 2-stroke style engine, it has a very loud, very high-pitched, whiny type noise. It can get pretty annoying over extended use and can sometimes be even difficult to hear any music or podcasts or things that you may be listening to in your Bluetooth type headphones. So just very, very noisy. Number 2, it's pretty heavy. It may not sound like it at 10.4 pounds, and you won't notice it much when you're doing a simple small hedge or just a single bush, but if you're using it for prolonged use, it'll really start to strain your arms, and you'll start to feel like your knuckles are going to be dragging along the ground once you're done with it, over an extended period of time. So the third thing, and probably the most important thing that I don't like about this unit, is the direction that the exhaust faces. So if I lift up the unit here, you can see the side profile, and if I flip it to the bottom, you'll notice that the exhaust port is right there. It's right facing down. So if you're using the machine like this and you're trimming, say, the top of a hedge or even along the side of a hedge, that super hot exhaust is pointing straight into the plant. And there's actually been a couple times where I've had the customer call me back after trimming a hedge with this machine, and they say, you know, the hedge doesn't look quite right. Can you come and have a look at it? And I'll go back and look, and it's actually turned the hedge orange from the heat of that exhaust trimming that particular hedge. So that's one thing I really do not like. There's a lot of other hedge trimmers on the market where they take that exhaust now and they face it forward so that it's shooting above the blades and not directly into the actual plant that you're trimming itself. So with that being said, there have been times where I've trimmed hedges and there's been absolutely no effect from the heat of the exhaust on the particular plant. And what I've observed is that it tends to be hedges that are smaller foliage. So that is, you know, hedges that have leaves that are very small, like boxwoods, for example. So things that have smaller leaves seem to be affected more with the heat, having just that smaller surface area on the leaf. They can get burned a lot easier versus trimming hedges where say it's a laurel hedge with large leaves, there seems to be no effect with the heat on those. And I think it's because the leaves are just a lot bigger and can withstand the heat a lot better than say those smaller boxwood style type hedges. So would I recommend the Stihl HS45 for your lawn care business? Well, Stihl classifies this machine as a residential unit. That is to say, it's meant for a homeowner to use occasionally on their property. And it doesn't have some of the fancy features that the commercial units have, like the articulating handle in the rear. Some of those commercial units will have the handle here where you can actually flip it on its side to make it more comfortable when you're trimming hedges up and down. This unit has a stagnant you know, one position handle here, but don't let that stop you. This machine has been fantastic over the past 13 years in my lawn care business, and it's proven that it can you know, manage anything that I throw at it, from the light duty trimming all the way to the heavier, getting into the thick woody stuff type trimming. It also seems to be a staple on a lot of landscape trailers, a go-to unit, and especially being you know, an entry-level unit, that also means that the price is entry-level, which is just a bonus if you're getting into a gas-powered hedge trimmer. The only thing that I would say is just be mindful of that exhaust. Try to keep it pointed away from whatever hedge that you're trimming. A lot of times, you know, that's not going to be possible, but just be mindful of that, and be mindful of the type of hedge that you're trimming. And when you're trimming, you know, especially delicate type hedges like boxwoods with those smaller leaves, to be mindful of that exhaust. And I think it'll perform well in your lawn care business. So that's it for this one, guys. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below and let me know, have you ever used the Stihl HS45 gas-powered hedge trimmer in your lawn care business? If so, what did you like or dislike about the unit? If you like this type of long-term use product review video, I'll leave another one for you to check out up here in this corner. Also, I'll leave another one of my other types of videos for you to check out up here in this corner. So that's it for this one, guys. Here's to wishing you guys all overwhelming success and freedom in your lawn care business. Bye for now.